Hey Ma, welcome everyone. Um, we just wanted to begin. Catia and I are happy to welcome everyone and remind everyone that the session is being recorded to be posted on our Sri Anandamayi Ma Satsang West YouTube channel for devotees who may not be able to join us live or would simply like to revisit the teachings that are offered here. We hope this doesn't inhibit sharing and that everyone feels welcome to share their experiences with Ma as we gather today with our Satsang family. To begin, just an offering of an opening mantra to welcome her teachings and open ourselves to them. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidmishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Go ahead, take it away, Katya.
Jai Ma, dear people, dear ones. So nice to see you all. Beautiful faces. Renu, thank you so much for the beautiful words, beautiful prayer. Thank you so much. So, as you might have noticed, Mangalananda-ji and Prajna are not here today. And so they ask Renu and I to host today Satsang and to keep the flame alive of Satsang, to keep this flow, beautiful flow of this family of devotees in Ma love. And did you already did the announcements, Renu? Do you want to? We have some announcements. Renu will.
Yes, Pragnya in particular had some announcements she wanted me to make today, so I'm gonna read through those and copy some links in the chat for us. Each Tuesday, the Ma Ashram in Amherst holds satsang, both on Zoom and in person for those who live close by. For those who want to join us on Zoom, for example, this coming Tuesday, and then the links will be in the chat here. So let me see here. There's also a Sunday special satsang for Diwali coming up, and so both of those links will be in the chat. Here we go. Okay, so the Tuesday link is actually the same link. It's just provided there twice for your convenience to see that it's on the 22nd and then again on the 29th. And then Sunday, November 3rd. Sorry, that was supposed to be changed to November 3rd. I don't know why it didn't get changed. But anyways, so Sunday, November 3rd will be Diwali satsang. So that's a different link. All right.
All right.
Also, those dates will be also on the Sri Anandamayi Ma temple website, ashram website. Let me pull that link up as well. Sri Anandamayi Ma. There we go. This one. Okay. There we go.
Okay,
And
so the announcements are made for everyone to keep updated about them. So, and as we always do during this monthly satsang, Matri satsang, we always read some words of assurance from Ma. And these are beautiful, very profound words that assure us that Ma is always with us. There is not two, there is only one. We are one in Ma. We are all different, but in Ma, we are all one. This beautiful fraternity, this beautiful love that encompasses and embraces. So these are the words from Ma. I am ever with each one of you, wherever you happen to be. But your vision is tied down to worldly matters, and you have little time to direct your eyes to this body in your thoughts and actions. What can I do? But know it for certain that whatever you do in thought and deed, whether you are near or in distant lands, never escapes my loving attention. Just as at a flash of torchlight your faces gleam forth in their bold outlines, all your facial expressions appear in my mind when you meditate on me or talk about me or sit down to pray to me. For this body, the question of accepting or declining anyone does not arise. At all times and under all circumstances, in inspiration and dryness, this body remains and never will remain with everyone. And she continues, you may want to banish this body from your mind, but this body will not leave you for a single day. It does not and never will leave your thought. Whoever has once been drawn to love this body will never succeed in wiping out its impressions despite hundreds of attempts. This body resides and shall remain in his memory forever. And more beautiful words of assurance. In all your activities, in your sadhana, Ma is with you. She is always with us. With perfect repose, sit still thinking. In the midst of emptiness, Ma is with me. This will give you ananda, bliss. Whether you meditate quietly or lying down, feel Ma is with me at every single moment. For one who knows me, I am one with him. For one who wants to know me, I am very near to him. And for one who does not know me, I am a beggar before him. These words always have a very, very special place in my heart, and I feel that in your hearts too. And a final quote. You ask me if I love you. You may or may not be able to be without me, but I simply cannot do without any of you. Jai Ma. So beautiful.
Jai Ma. Thank you, Katia.
Thank you. So now this gathering, this online satsang is a gentle reminder that remind us why we are here, to know who we are, to respond to Ma calling, to her calling, and to awaken to our true self, as well as to connect with other devotees now joining from all parts of the world. Me, I'm from Portugal, from the island of Madeira, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's an honor to be here with you and share her teachings, the many stories and reflections, and get to know you and everyone who feels this attraction, this deep connection with Ma. So today we will, as usually, we do this brief presentation, and then Renu will ask you to unmute, say your name, where you live, just a quick presentation. We are not too many people today, but so we have time if you want to speak a little bit more. Then we will have a kirtan, Om Ma Sharanam, the beautiful kirtan. We will have some readings from books like As the Flower Sheds Its Fragrance, and then Renu will also read from the Gospel of Shri Anandamayi, beautiful reading. In between we will have another kirtan between readings, and we will have a moment to receive Ma's darshan. Nowadays she gives darshan through photos, also through books, and sometimes through dreams. So we will watch beautiful pictures of Ma and meditate, contemplate upon her vision. Then we will have an open sharing where you can share your feelings, your experience, your thoughts with us. And then it's time to thank you. So, but we still have time until then. So before we ask you to unmute, I will briefly present myself. I am Catia. I live in Portugal, as I have said, Madeira Island. And the first time that I consciously connected with Ma was through a very famous book, Autobiography of a Yogi. Many of you have maybe already read it. And that chapter where Paramahansa Yogananda speaks about Ma, that picture, I stayed there. Who is that beautiful lady? That beautiful eyes? What's her secret, her mystery? And then from then on, more or less a year later, Ma again. Who is Ma? Let me, Ma, this deep urge inside me, Ma. And then from 2015, more or less, Ma began to connect me and to guide me in this path of self-knowledge, devotion, this beautiful path of ascension. And since then, she has showed me places, people, circumstances, the right people, the right circumstances, and this experience. And then I met Mangalananda-ji through Facebook, and more or less during the pandemic, I saw the announcement that the Zoom was being hosted online. And I thought, why not? I should join. So, and then that's how I met this beautiful Sangha, this beautiful group of people, this family. So that's resume. Jema. And now Renu, do you want to share something about you?
Yes, Jayma, thank you, Katia. It's been so great to talk to you a few minutes before and get to know more about your
Mm-hmm.
story. And also Angie
Yes,
and
it was
Josh.
wonderful.
Yeah, Angie and Josh, it was great to see you guys, meet you guys in person. So grateful for that retreat. I'm Renu from like the San Francisco Bay Area, little town called Fremont. Um, I came to Ma also through Mangalananda-ji, um, just looking for local kirtan, and came across his joyous picture with his bandmates, and um, went to his first kirtan and realized that he was talking about this guru Anandamayi Ma, and had no idea who she was. And then I called my mom on the way home and realized that she told me that her grandparents, my great grandparents, actually housed saints in their saints' quarters, and Ananda Ma was one of them. So that was just a really auspicious coincidence. And just have been going and attending his events ever since. So that's my little story. And since we had a little extra time, figured I'd put a little extra in.
Mm-hmm.
Just going down the participant list. Next, we'll have Angie and Josh.
Jema, you can hear us okay?
Perfect. Jema.
So happy to be here. Thank you, Catia and Renu, for holding this space today. We're Angie and Josh. We're really two people, but sometimes that's confusing. um, Katya came to Anandamayi from reading Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda when I was doing yoga teacher training. And I also was like, who is this woman? And mesmerized by her picture and also by this description of this woman, the saint her devotees had to feed her because she wouldn't eat. And I thought, wow, what's happening there? And I sort of remembered that, but then went on with life. And maybe 7 years later, we very involved with yoga and kirtan in our area and signed up for a yatra to India. And it happened to be Omkareshwar. Swami at the time was at Swami Guru Sharan was in Omkareshwar, and so it was his ashram there, and it's Anandamayi ashram. And I remember being there and being like, she's so familiar. Why do I know? And she came to me in dreams, and then I made the connection. She's from that book, and ever since it's been all Ma. And so that's our story. We're in Vermont too. We're in Vermont, so I'll hand it to Josh.
I followed Angie to India, and it's really through the music that I ended up really falling into the path of Anandamayi, and it's interesting. As early as this morning, we have pictures all over the house, and one of my young guitar students, he's like 13, he was like, who is this person? Is looking at Mom,
you have pictures everywhere
of this person. Who is this? And so I talked to him and his mom about who it is, and she's probably going to pick up Death Must Die, and it's just a beautiful thing. She just really like it's really hard to the quote you read, Katya, is perfect. You can't really forget about her. It just once you have been brought into the gravity, it's like that's it. So yeah, we're in Vermont, and that's how that's it.
Wonderful. Jema, very nice. Wonderful.
Lovely sharing. It's nice to be in a smaller group so we can share a little extra. Thank you guys, Jema. Next we have Chris Redfield.
Hello. My name is Chris. I'm in New Hampshire, so I can almost reach you guys in Vermont. Right there. There you are. Yeah, I'm from California, but I'm currently in New Hampshire, and it's really grateful to be with you guys.
Jema, welcome, Chris. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Your background always cracks me up too. I love it. Okay, thank you. Welcome. And next we have Linda and David.
Hello, this is Linda and David. We live in Virginia, and we spent time with Mangalananda and Gloria, June, I guess, when they came to Virginia to have a celebration of Ma at the Yogaville that's here. And we have been to Haridwar, so we've been there where Ma is buried. And we were also pulled in by Paramahansa Yogananda's book, Autobiography of a Yogi. And we'll say we got pulled in. It's interesting is that she pulls people in, and she never came to the United States. We felt like we were pulled in.
Yeah, pulled in.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Jema, welcome. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I also had a very powerful experience at her Mahasamadhi, just very deep connection to her. So I understand exactly what you mean about being pulled in. Okay, next we have John.
Hi, I'm John from Berkeley, California, and I've been friends with Mangalananda Gloria for quite a few years now. So just been hanging around with them. So
Awesome. It's good to see you around the local places, John, too. When we get a chance.
Welcome, welcome, Gemma.
Okay, and next we have Michael Zeev, also a fairly local guy.
Hi, great to be here. I enjoyed hearing people's stories, Catia, your story, and Angie and Josh. I'll tell you a little story about how I met Mangalananda. I live in Northern California, not that far from him. He lives in Nevada. I live in Sebastopol. And I went to this wonderful outdoor kirtan where Jayuta was playing in my town, Sebastopol. He plays here a couple times a year. And maybe Renu, you were there even. This was maybe 4 years ago or something. And I had started to read books about Ma. I don't know how it started. And I read a bunch of books, I don't know, 3 or 4 or whatever. And I got my hands on Death Must Die. And I never read any book like that. It had such a profound effect on me. And the picture of her on the cover. And I went to this kirtan and I was sitting next to my friend. I said, I have to tell you about this book. and she said, oh, well, you need to meet Mangalananda. Well, he was sitting right near me, and I thought, I've seen him before, but it didn't register. And Gloria was sitting right behind me. So after the concert, the kirtan, I introduced myself to him. And, I just said, you know Ma, or you knew Ma, and he says, yeah, well, I was with her for many years. And I told him that I'd been reading his books, and he said, well, you should read mine. And I said, well, what's your book called? He said, I think it's called A Goddess Among Us. And I said, I just read your book. So it was a very auspicious kind of a meeting. And since then, I've been able to get to know him a little bit. So I feel very privileged. And I'm going to India for the first time in a month. So I'm going to go to some of these, Mahasamadhi and the different places. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, thank you.
Hey, Ma. Thank you for sharing, Michael.
Gemma. Wonderful to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that Subud Hall place. Pretty cool.
It was outside.
Yeah. So cool. Okay. Next we have Nishkala.
Hi, everyone. Whoops. Just to say, I was trying so hard to get the link for this meeting and finally messaged Arpita to get it because I'm not on the email list, it seems, yet. And it wasn't posted on Facebook, or if it was, I couldn't find it, just some feedback. because I heard it was going to happen and I really wanted to be here.
Oh, okay, yes. I think Mangalananda-ji did not post it because he's away for the weekend. But if you want to provide your email in the chat, I'll put you on the list or have them put you on the
Thank you.
list. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jay Ma. And where are you from?
I'm from New York, from Ithaca, New York now. And actually, and I came in August was just when I met Ma, really met her energetically. I think I shared about that in August. It was a few days, your meeting happened here a few days after that happened. So it was I was very full with her and was very happy to see that there was going to be a meeting to share with others. But it was very unmistakable, real, unexpected, through a picture, through a friend sharing about her on the phone who met her in the 70s. And it really, he's a very beautiful storyteller in detail, and it really evoked her, and it felt very large. And then I looked for a picture and then saw the picture, this picture I wanted, and she came through that picture, no doubt. And
Jay Ma, that sounds
yeah,
amazing.
and then there were days of just hanging out with her internally. This love just, it was like a very clear experience. There was no question, there was no mind involved. It was all
Wow.
clear. And
Wonderful.
yeah. I do spontaneous mudras, by the way, so I can either turn off, or this may happen when we're here. So if that happens, just ignore it.
Okay.
It's just spontaneous. But
No problem. No problem. Thank you so much.
and
Welcome.
also during the retreat that happened in New York, I couldn't attend. I thought of coming maybe, but my cat got sick, so I had to be with her. And but I felt very much attuned during it
Wonderful.
and watched videos and stuff. So that was very lovely.
Great. Great.
Oh,
Welcome.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, Jay Ma.
Jema.
Okay. And next we have Frank and Denise.
Jay Ma, I was finally able to log on. This is Frank and Denise somewhere around here in our store. And I'm coming to you, or we're coming to you from Hermiston, Oregon. Jay Ma,
Jay Ma, welcome. It's good to see you again.
it's nice to see you.
And
All of
is
you.
that who's the kitty back there?
Mama Kitty's looking for food.
Okay. Okay, welcome to all beings. Jay Ma, that's the conclusion of the introductions. So it's great to see
Yes.
everyone, great to hear from everyone, and Katia will take it from here.
Yes. So great to hear from you all. Beautiful, beautiful sharings. And now we will sing a beautiful kirtan. Om Ma Sharanam, Om Ma Sharanam. I take refuge in you, O Ma. So let's sing. Om Ma Sharanam, 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 Om Ma Sharanam. Om Sharanam, Sharanam, Om 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 Sharanam. Anandamayi Ma, 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 Om Sharanam, 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 Om Sharanam. Om Sharanam, 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 Om 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 Om Sharanam. One last time all together. Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam. Om Shri Shri Anandamayi Mata Ki Jai.
Jai Ma, thank
Jai
you.
Ma.
Yeah, so beautiful as always.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. And now, after invoking Ma and her refuge and diving deep into this kirtan, I will read a passage from this beautiful book named Matri Darshan. It's a photo album and it has some quotes, some of her teachings, and also a lot of pictures, as maybe you can see. And it's translated into 3 languages, English, French, and German also. And here is a quote by Ma. And a devotee asked her, "There is a hymn in which the World Mother is praised as the best hour of both devotion and liberation. Does she grant both of them, or to whom does she grant devotion and to whom liberation?" And Ma answers, "The Mother can and does give everything, according to each person's capacity to receive. She measures out precisely to everyone, depending on his need and merit. This is why she is called Mother. Whatever anyone may desire, exactly that he will get. If not today, then tomorrow. One who craves for worldly pleasures will find them, and the seeker after truth who wants liberation will definitely someday attain to it." Beautiful words of reassurance from Ma, that if we seek liberation, one day we will attain it by her grace. And also I would like very much to share with you from another book from Austrian devotee, Atmananda-ji, that Mangalananda already spoke of and told her story too, I think, in some of the previous satsangs. And from the book, "As the flower sheds its fragrance." And who is Atmananda-ji? Just a quick resume of her. In the words of Swami Bhaskarananda-ji, Atmananda-ji was born in Vienna, Austria. Hence, to analyze everybody, everything, and environment was in her nature. It was impossible for the foreigner, Western lady, to stay in Shri Ma's ashram because of atmosphere of touchability and untouchability prevailing there at the time. So it was mainly back then a cultural thing that Mangalananda already talked about it. However, the zeal for finding the truth was very deep in the inner heart, and also impression of the spiritual personality of Shri Ma was so great to the extent that she ignored all the outer observances and gave utmost importance to spiritual elevation. She left the company of Sri J. Krishnamurti, a great philosopher, and surrendered her whole life at the divine feet of Shri Anandamayi Ma. This is Atmananda-ji, this very courageous lady. So, and from this book, I will read her words about Mataji's methods, her perception of Ma methods, her methods. And Atmananda-ji writes, "It is both fascinating and enlightening to observe Mataji's innumerable ways of dealing with different individuals and with one and the same person at different times and phases of his growth. The ideal teacher has no method. He is one with the pupil and with what he teaches, and therefore master of every situation. So it is with Shri Ma. One can only marvel at the infinite variety of methods that she seems to command with the most perfect ease. Mataji always allows everyone the utmost freedom to proceed in his own way, as long as his gaze is steadily turned towards God or truth. Never be without him, even for a moment. Remember him with every breath. This is her leitmotif, her ever-recurring theme. But she has a million ways of teaching it. She does not ask anyone to change his sadhana, not unless he has gone astray or feels that he cannot possibly proceed. She guides and actively helps everyone along his own line of approach. What matters is not so much the kind of practice, but the sincerity, intensity, and wholeheartedness of the aspirant. Cry your heart out for God, Mataji says, but never for anything else. We can almost hear her saying this. So, Shri Ma does not give initiation. But for the last few years, since Didima took Mahasamadhi, Mataji did give initiation in her own peculiar way. And, okay. However, she encourages some, but by no means all, to take initiation from a guru. Once a guru has been accepted, he must be obeyed implicitly. Unless, of course, he is one of those false gurus who lead their followers deeper into the mire of delusion instead of to the goal of human existence. In such a case, her advice is to sever the connection unequivocally and to start afresh. So her methods are wonderful. The way Mataji dissolves conflicts and doubts that trouble many concerning their own gurus is truly awe-inspiring. Just as a whole house can be lit up by the mere turning of a switch, so Shri Ma is able to throw, as it were, a flood of light on the disciples' difficulties, so that a new understanding and a new interpretation of his guru's instructions dawn on him, and his peace of mind is restored. Mataji has also her own way, her unique way of replying to questions. Without fail, she throws light on each problem from the point of view of the inquirer, and usually from many other angles as well. Her replies are sometimes very short, and on occasions even perplexing, but always thought-provoking. As one ponders over her words, a wealth of significance and depth becomes gradually revealed. One gets the impression that she is all at once the problem, the solution, and the infinity beyond problems and solutions. It occurs time and again that people who do not get an opportunity of voicing their question, and although even no similar question is asked by others, get their answers in exactly the way that is needed, merely by attending Mataji's question and answer hour. It is surprising if they emerge from the meeting dazzled and speechless with amazement and happiness. Shri Ma defeats time. Thousands look to her for her help and guidance. And I wonder whether she ever disappoints anyone. Not only that, she rarely seems rushed. She discusses and sometimes goes into minute details. She jokes, laughs, sings, and listens to kirtan, to long discourses and the reading of scriptures. She tells stories of incidents from her life. On occasions, she instructs how to cook, how to tidy and arrange a room, how to decorate a hall for a function or a ceremony, how to receive a guest in a fitting and courteous manner, how to nurse a patient. She finds time for these and hundreds of other things, which are her countless ways of teaching how to live a dedicated life under all circumstances. And that for every type and temperament an avenue can and must be found that leads to God. There are those who in dreams get advice and solace from Mataji. Instances are known of people who, when she travels, get no chance to approach her before she leaves their town, or their interview is cut short. Feeling sad and depressed at their bad luck, they go to sleep and that very night have a vivid dream of Shri Ma, which establishes the desired contact and leaves a lasting impression. Some have even received a mantra from her in a dream, and the mantra of which they say they have had no previous knowledge is found to be correct. Mataji does not comment on such happenings as far as I know, but when asked whether Diksha initiation in a dream must be confirmed by Diksha in the waking state, she usually replies, "If you have faith in the Diksha received in your dream, it is enough. Otherwise, you will have to go through it again in the waking state. All depends on faith. Everything is in the mind." And Atmanandaji continues, "To place one's life in Shri Ma's hands is to become free, bit by bit, from dependence on people, things, and ideas, to be released from all kinds of fear, such as the fear of insecurity, of what people might say, the fear of failure, pain, and death. Anything may be lost, Mataji remains. Shri Ma's love and compassion are far too deep to contain even a tinge of false pity. Mataji does not pamper her children. To grow, to learn, and to be healed entails suffering, which is a necessary part of life. Those who fancy that to be in close contact with Mataji means to sit back comfortably and revel in her glory, or to constantly float in a kind of heaven of peace and joy, oblivious of suffering and impervious to disturbance, are greatly mistaken. Shri Ma can be very firm, and if one did not have the overwhelming experience of her boundless and unfathomable love, one might misunderstand as cruelty the masterpieces of surgery that she performs. At times, Shri Ma does something that gives a severe blow to a cherished notion, belief, or prejudice, and this is certainly very painful. On an occasion of this kind, I heard her say, "Whatever is necessary, I do for myself. For her, there are no others." So this myself includes all. If you scratch your skin and it bleeds, do you blame your hand? If you cannot bear this much, how can you ever know the bliss of the self? Looking at Shri Ma's radiant face, one realizes that she can never hurt. It is our own error, our own ego that fights for its life, which causes pain, not Mataji. And she finishes. A well-known Mahatma once said of Shri Ma, "Mataji is the ocean itself. All rivers flow into the sea, and yet the sea never becomes full or empty. Likewise, Mataji's state remains ever one, complete, unchanging. There is no question of more or less. This is how I see it. The intellects of ordinary men are the rivers. Mataji's consciousness is the sea. The Bhagavad Gita is also of the same nature. Jai Ma.
Hey Ma, thank you so much. Since we have just a few people here, does anyone have something they'd like to share after hearing that, or questions that we can help each other answer? Or Katya, something you want to share about why you chose that particular excerpt, or something that
Yeah.
stood out to you from it?
Yes. First, the title, Mataji's Methods. And as I was reading it, I understood and felt this confirmation that she is truly universal. She has no boundaries. All creeds, all people, from all races, all countries, from this earth or maybe other planes of existence, all are welcome. For Mataji, there are no boundaries. And yet she is like, I liked very much this metaphor of Mataji being a surgeon. she goes right to that point where it hurts the most, cutting and then extracting or doing whatever she needs to do for us to be cured of that disease. And for all of us, there is a different method according to our disposition, our mind, our inclinations. And she is so universal. Really, that's the most significant word that I can remember. And also that the other phrase that all may be lost, Mataji remains. I think it's more like this, the quote. Wonderful.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you want to share or add something, Renu.
Oh, I just think the part that stood out to me was most about how over time she changes our perspective about events in our life. Early on, that was early on in the reading, I was reflecting upon that and just how my perspective has shifted about myself and my relation to others, and the not blaming. I connected it back later when she said you don't blame other people or other because they're just a part of yourself, and it's hard to get to that point, but if you can, like, she helps you change your perspective to getting towards that more and more.
Yes, I
Over
can feel
time.
you. Yes, I understand perfectly. It's like a process. It
Yeah.
doesn't came from one day to the other. It's a process.
Gradual. And it's not for, while we're still in bodies, it's still not maybe 100%, but but it happens towards, it's not really just black or white. You either think that way or you don't think that way. It's like there's a continuum, there's a shift. So that's
Yes.
my thoughts on that. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful excerpt.
Thank you. I don't know if anyone wants to add something, some insight. Otherwise,
Maybe
we will.
continue on. Maybe
Yes, let's
now we
continue on.
got a shy group here.
So now I will sing a beautiful song. And as we were speaking of Yogananda, the song that I will play is Door of My Heart by Paramahansa Yogananda. And the lyrics, it's so beautiful. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Will thou come, will thou come? He asks, just for once come to me. Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Night and day, I look for thee night and day. This beautiful prayer, song, devotional song, inspiring to this deep urge, this deep feeling. Ma, Ma, we keep calling her. And we call her because she called us first. That's why we have this inclination, this attraction, this connection, attraction in the most uplifted sense. So I will sing Door of My Heart from Yogananda. You can join me if you know the lyrics too. Just for once come to me. Will thou come, just for once come to me. Will my days fly without seeing you, my Lord? Will my days fly Jaima. Now back to you, my dear Renu.
Jay Ma, that was so pretty. I love your voice. It's such a joy to hear you every month. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're so kind.
Uh, that was like a really good representation too, lyrically and musically of what we heard, what we read too. Because
Yes.
you're calling out, you're calling out, you're calling out, and then at the end, it's now I find you. It's just beautiful.
Yes, I changed this last
You
sentence to
did?
now I found you.
Wow.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So
I forgot
perfect.
to mention, yes.
So perfect.
It was not Yogananda, yes. I took the liberty to just add that. That
Wonderful.
just that last part, yes.
Good job. Excellent. I love it. Okay, great. So I guess I will do my reading now. I selected from Prajna-ji's Gospel of Anandamayi Ma that she transliterated from all her talks. This is volume 1. I chose a random page. Very interesting how that happened because it was directly applicable to what has happened to me over the last 6 or 7 years, but I had no pre-arrangement of that. It was just what came up when I randomly selected the page. It's page 67 again. So I'm also gonna copy the text into the chat because I find it easier when somebody's reading and for me to also be able to read it. It helps to focus a little. So I'm gonna just do that for you guys and then I'll read it. Oh, I have to send multiple messages because it's too long. Hold on one second.
We can wait. We have time.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem though.
No
You
problem.
guys meditate while I'm doing it. Okay, this is the first part. You say that you are unable to concentrate. As explained earlier, this is only because you are immersed in the practice of Bahar Mukha Vritti, the outward facing mind. That very practice pulls you out toward worldly things. You have enjoyed all kinds of comforts and pleasures. The very remembrance of these luxuries does not allow you to concentrate on God. What should you do to improve this condition? You should be thinking, if I fix my mind in Paramatma Chintana, thinking of God, my mind will hopefully turn away from worldly pleasures and be fixed in Him. And you can expect this to happen. Why? Because you are all yogis and yoginis, sadhakas and sadhikas, male and female spiritual practitioners. And then I'm going to continue with the next part. Still too long. Okay, I'll just continue it from the other page. All these elements exist in you in the form of seeds. These things, which are already present in you, will certainly show up at one time or another. And this time, when you are all doing tapasya, austerities, is the best time for it. The very sadhana or spiritual practice that you're doing now, sitting for long periods of time, even amidst pain, is tapasya. One must undergo pain, either for God or for the world. If you endure pain for your Ishta, your chosen form of God, you will obtain Him. All your Anishtas, bad qualities, will disappear and your Ishta will appear. This, sitting with pain, is very helpful, useful, and beneficial, and therefore always keep in your mind that you are doing tapasya. When one keeps doing tapasya, again, austerities, the time comes when he feels pleasure in those very pains. The greater the suffering, the greater is the pleasure. He starts thinking, see how much tapasya I'm doing to God. See how He is enabling me to do this tapasya. This very feeling turns pain into pleasure, and no doubt you will feel pain until you develop this feeling. I mean, that's a kind of extreme on one sense because she's asking people to put themselves, or not put themselves in pain, but endure pain. that comes up in our life and as we continue on our practice. I think there's a kind of a danger for me in particular about not being too hard on myself with the pain, you know. So I think there is a little bit of a danger in that, and also just knowing that whatever we have to endure is there's a reason for it. There's a reason um, that we have to go through what we have to go through. It's probably because of past misdeeds or things that we've done in the past, and we have to kind of pay the piper at some point and endure those things. But if we keep turning our mind towards God, um, little by little, uh, these things fall away. It's another term called vairagya, which is like the gradual letting go of these worldly things and attachments, and it just happens over time. And it's not something you can either force either. It just has to be kind of a natural process. So it was really, this was really meaningful to me for those reasons. And I was happy to share it with you guys today.
Wonderful, really wonderful. And also your sharing with your experience, wonderful. And I was thinking as you were reading and now as you were sharing your experience, that the way out of suffering is through the suffering. And this beautiful text that you have read, I kept hearing that on my mind. The way out is through what we are feeling. Yes, that's the
No way around it.
yeah, no way around it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful.
Okay, Ma. Does anyone have anything they want to share? I feel like Katia and I have been doing a lot of talking. Don't be shy. Okay, you can be shy, I guess.
Yes, I think so. So now we can. No one wants to speak now, so we can have this meditation on Ma's pictures, Ma darshan, to receive her darshan, her vision. So as a balm for our soul, our spirit. And nowadays, we were speaking about this, Ma gives darshan through photos, the books, these readings, even dreams. So I will be sharing a slideshow, and then we contemplate, meditate upon these pictures in silence, how you feel it's more comfortable for you with open eyes or closed, how it is more comfortable. we could stay here the whole day, the whole night. For me, it's night because here it's already 10 o'clock. But so inspiring. Always, always. So now we have this open sharing. Maybe you are not so shy now and you can share, unmute, and share your reflections, your experience, your insights, something that you want to add. Feel free to share.
Bueller, Bueller. Angie, please. Say something.
Wasn't sure if Nishkala wanted to say something. I saw you.
Where did you want to?
You go ahead first. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to share a little bit about the week of those 5 days of retreat in New York. I was about 2.5 hours from that venue, and it it didn't seem that it was going to happen. My cat got a condition, and I live alone, and I really needed to be with her. It became very clear. And a few days before, and there wasn't a very strong pull in any case, but I found myself drawn to look at the video of the monthly meeting, the first gathering that I attended in August. So I found it somehow online, and just felt her very strongly in the watching of it. Felt like it was very, she was very present. And so continued to look at things. I watched the documentary about her, and just there's so much to see online. And was able to be really present with my cat in an even more full way. And at one point, Gita was outside. Her name is Gita. And so I was near her, watching her. And then I went over to this very large, beautiful locust tree in my front lawn, which I've lived with her, about 16 years now. But I never went up really close. And so I walked up really close to the tree and then noticed the lichen on the tree and just felt so present with the tree and I love to take nature photos, so I started taking pictures, but it was as though I was seeing it for the first time. And this was the last day of retreat. I was very conscious of the days passing and that retreat was happening. And it's a mystery, it's really a mystery. And the bond, I'd only met you all and sat together in satsang year once, and yet felt, and then seeing the video again and seeing another one, I think also, maybe from September. Yeah. And I just felt this, and then I saw the pictures after retreat on Facebook. So I just felt this connection, I didn't feel something was missed, or it was just very real and beautiful, very beautiful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
With Ma, anything is possible. That's it. There is no impossible. Yes. Although you were not present in the retreat, you were very much present energetically in everything in your body, and wonderful.
And I had
With
to
your
give
cat.
Gita this medicine. I had to give her a medication, and it, injected in her mouth, and it was difficult a little bit. She resists, she's a wild animal. And but there was, I think I just watched either the documentary or some part of it. I think I watched it in 2 days, but there was so much love that passed on to her, as like there was such a, we were really looking into each other's eyes deeply, as and there was just such a care for her that wasn't my usual. There's care, but it was different. It was so full, and like I could feel her sort of trust, even though she didn't really like that this was happening. It was very beautiful, the connection with Gita. I mean, it was just, so
So wonderful. Thank you for
yeah.
sharing.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Jema.
Hey, Ma. I can relate to that too. I don't have cats, but I have a doggy, and I have two actually, and one passed late August, and yeah, just being present for her and sharing that space with her as she was transitioning was a big blessing for both of us, I think. And yeah, I understand the connection between your beloved.
Mhm.
Okay, Ma. Angie, did you want to share something?
I didn't have anything in particular, except that it's been, we were on the retreat with Renu, and it was such a, so I don't know, I can't express the heart shift from that experience. But I do feel that anybody connected to Ma, it's like it just radiates out. I can say we definitely felt a shift in, I don't know, intensity of many things. And being much more involved with the satsang and the ashram in Amherst has been
Yeah, it's just really yeah, no, it's just really I don't know, it very present, just feels very much like but it's being around and with folks like yourselves is just a really beautiful thing. So that's, yeah.
I want to express my gratitude for you,
Yeah.
Catia and Renu, for holding this very precious
Yeah.
space. It's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I remember that Ma always says, keep satsang, and the company of like-minded devotees, like-minded people is so important. Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the retreat this year, but maybe next year. I would love to.
You can hold one in Portugal.
Yes, maybe one in Portugal.
Oh, I'd love to sing with you in person, Katia. I can't wait for that. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Ah, yes, me too. I would love to sing with you, Angie, and everyone, and Renu, and Mangalananda, everyone.
From my perspective, like I hadn't met Angie and Josh online or otherwise. So like meeting them was a very surprise gift, and singing with them was also a very amazing treasure that I take with me from that retreat for sure. And uh, also meeting there, pretty much none of them are here today, but the ones that we did meet in person, finally after so many years of meeting each other just virtually, it was a very beautiful experience. It was awesome, and just just a wonderful experience of being together. And I think a lot of people were taken aback too because I try to be more engaging and more welcoming and just because my role is to help with the introductions and stuff. And I think people were taken aback by me being so silent, and they thought, what's wrong with her, something. And I was trying to be like honoring the spirit of going within, and people were just taken back. A couple people were like, are you okay, or is everything okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just trying to be respectful of the silence. And that was a different approach that I was trying to take to that retreat, because most of the retreats that I go to are all about engaging with people and connecting to satsang and deepening those relationships. So yeah, but it was just such a joy. And I really, for it to be the first Ma retreat, that was just so well executed in the sense of like just feeling that connection to everyone. And I think we all just had a blast together, and you were all with us in our hearts. And Katia, it'll be so great to have you join us next time. And yeah, it's Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Oh, Michael Zeev, thank you. Come on.
Yeah, hi. I enjoyed seeing some of the clips on Facebook from the retreat. I could kind of pick up some of the vibe. It was really beautiful. I just wanted to thank you, Katya, for hosting today, and the slideshow was so beautiful. I love the care that you put into making it, with the blurry photo behind, and I hope we can see that slideshow again. There were many photos that I hadn't seen of her, and it was just unbelievable. So thank you so much, and thank you, Renu, for this day also. So yeah, Jai Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Jai Ma. These pictures, whenever I find one that it touches me deeply, I put them in my computer and then the slideshow.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, there were many that I had not seen before. So thank you.
And many of the pictures, I like her hands, the gestures, how it is mudra, really. It's wonderful, so expressive, with the hands, with the face, everything, so beautiful. The feet also. I have some pictures also.
I saw one where she
love
was like this, and you
Yes, yes.
saw her whole hands, and I was just like blown away. Let me see.
Really wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. So, anybody else? Anything wants to share related to Ma? Some people joined a little late and didn't get a chance. Oh, good, David. Linda.
David, here's David. Can you see me? Well,
Yes, we can see you.
anyway, I just wanted to say that if Mangalananda has to go away again, I hope you all will do this again. I really am enjoying this with you all doing it. That's all.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you. So kind.
You're welcome.
Very kind. Thank you so much. It's our, I know Katia feels the same. It's our honor to do this.
A great honor, yes. And a responsibility too. But here we are.
Anybody else? I know Chance, Yatesh. You spent some time in India recently.
Yeah, it was really beautiful experience to be in India, in Rishikesh. I was trying to go to Kankal, but didn't get a chance this time. But if Ma calls me, I will go to Kankal.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'd love to go with you.
Let's go.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Okay. Katie in Rishikesh was awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was a blast.
Blessed.
People asked him to sing Baba Hanuman.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Oh, good.
And Namah Shivaya.
Good. Wonderful. Namah Shivaya, Jai Ma. Okay. So, Katya, you think I shall conclude with our closing mantras?
Yes. I
You
don't know
ready?
if anyone else has something to say. If not, we will conclude.
Okay. Or did you wanted to do a poem, right?
Yes, I can read the poem first. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I have a small poem that I wrote some years ago. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, it's here. So, is it the grace of her gaze? Is it the joy in her loving smile? Or is it the smell of roses exuding from her presence divine? All names and forms her own. All questions and answers her universe. All in all, finite and infinite her expression. In her, worldly attachments come into negation. If there is a sound most perfect, it is her. If there is a sacred seed, it is Ananda. For if my heart, your heart, knows this, it is Mayi. And if we look beyond and above, it is because of Ma. Om Shri Shri Anandamayi Mata Ki Jai.
Jay. Jay Ma, thank you. Another beautiful piece. Is there anything you can't do?
Yes, many things. But thank you, thank you.
All by her grace. Thank you so much.
Yes, by her grace. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna do some closing mantras, and we can unmute at the end of that and say goodbye if we like. Om Bhavata Prapanashane Ananda Ganamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayane Matastubhum Yamo Namaha. Shriya Shri Anandamayi Mata Ki Jai. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukhabhat Bhave. May all beings be happy. May all be free from suffering. May all look to the good of others. May all experience joy in the unity of life. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirma Edhi. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. This is all fullness, which comes from that supreme fullness. When fullness comes from fullness, only fullness remains. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for these final blessings, this beautiful prayer. Thank you so much, Renu. Wonderful.
Emma, thank you.
Jai Ma. Well, if you want to unmute and say goodbye or
Bye. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Beautiful and wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What time
Thank
is
you.
it?
Thank you for coming.
I think this was shorter.
Yes, 20 minutes to 6.
Thank you so much, Renu.
Thank you.
Katia.
Thank you.
See
Thank
you
you so
all.
much, Michael. See you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Namaste.
Namaskala.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namasko. It's a joke.
All right. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Jai Ma.